We turn to India, where tens of thousands of farmers are converging on the capital city of New Delhi by tractor and on foot to demand the repeal of new laws that deregulate agricultural markets. The Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, says the measures give farmers more freedom to set their own prices and sell directly to corporate buyers. But opponents say the neoliberal policies are a boon to corporations and roll back key labor and crop price protections that could have a devastating impact on the livelihood of farmers. Agriculture is the leading source of income for more than half of India's 1.3 billion population. The ongoing protests come after a nationwide demonstration Thursday when an estimated 250 million workers, farmers and their allies joined in what's believed to be the largest organized strike in history anywhere in the world.
The 26th of October, Amy, all the workers in the country, in many gigantic public sector units, in power, in transport, in a number of public sector organizations and across the banks, the insurance companies, and workers from other, departments ceased work and went out. And it's interesting, they were protesting against a new set of labor codes, absolutely vicious codes that have been ramped through Parliament, but the working class out on the streets endorsed the demands of the farmers at Delhi. So it was a tremendous kind of show of unity and solidarity when millions of workers were saying, we are with the farmers. So that was one extraordinary thing. That was on the 26th of October. The farmers now, I think that maybe there's 200,000 to 250,000 of them on 5 points on the Delhi border. The government approach to them is actually extremely callous and very, very aggressive. On the one hand, they're putting out some stuff for the media saying, we're talking to them. They want to solve this problem. On the other, the Prime Minister is making speeches in his own constituency that this entire thing is a conspiracy by the opposition. Now, if you need to know how deep this problem is biting in the farmers, as of yesterday, Punjab, which is a famous state for athletics in India, the Olympians, those athletes of Punjab who have won multiple medals at the Commonwealth, National Games, and have participated in the Olympics, are planning to throw their medals back at the government on the 5th of December. Many artists and poets and others are returning their civilian awards. So this is slated for the 5th, and the government has no sign of shame about it at all. It is trying to look like the reasonable host. At the same time, it has put up barricades, barbed wire. It has dug 10 feet by 10 feet trenches in the national highways to prevent these farmers from reaching Delhi, and have used water cannon and tear gas, water cannon in the coldest winter that Delhi has had. It had its coldest day in 70 years 2 days ago. And you're using water cannons on people, several of whom, those farmers, are in their late 60s and early 70s. On that kind of person, you are using water cannons and telling them, and you have a captive media, of course, that makes it look like the government is just getting it wrong in the way they are talking to the farmers. These are all hicks and rural yokels. They just need to be spoken to sweetly. Whereas the laws that they are protesting, Amy, are devastating. In just 4 months of the pandemic, just up to July, not only Mr. Ambani, but the entire bunch of Indian billionaires, dollar billionaires, there's about 120 of them, added 35% to their wealth, 1/3 to their already considerable wealth, and it's now around $485 billion cumulatively. Mr. Ambani went from being the richest Indian and the 19th richest person in the world. In the last year and a half, He's made it up to rank number 4. At the same time, Amy, there are new papers, studies showing us 76% of the rural population, that is 3/4 of the rural population, cannot afford a nutritious meal. They cannot afford a basic nutritious diet, even if they spend 2/3 of their income on food. Now, apart from that, even if, say, all rural Indians spent 100% of their income on food and nothing else, no transport, health, education, rent, they didn't spend anything of that, it would still mean 63.3% cannot afford a nutritious diet if they spent every last paisa they earned, they got as income. So you're seeing these unbelievable gaps, phenomenal gaps.